thank you very much for being here. I appreciate any viewership. So today's plan is to go out to Lower Cape York Peninsula. I'm on the road now, just passed through Mount Carbine about 5 minutes ago. So I'm already in this beautiful open woodland, savanna-ish country. So already a wicked time. Raptor-wise, I've already seen collared sparrowhawk and black kite, so I'm pretty stoked at that. But today's target species, I'm heading to the Lower Cape York Peninsula, heading about 4.5 hours away for red goshawk, the red goshawk. What are you? Erythrotrichus radiatus. The genus is pretty hard for me to pronounce. I hope I'm doing it alright, but otherwise, the red goshawk. So arguably Australia's rarest raptor species. I've seen them already in the Northern Territory, in Litchfield National Park, and that was incredible. Beautiful species to see, wicked species because they are like a real sort of, high end, if you can describe it as that. Target species, there's not a lot of them around, obviously, being a rarest, arguably. And the only one you sort of argue with is your leaderwing kite. But otherwise, there's a whole heap of stuff between them. Leaderwing kites are more congregating together. They're harder to see, they're a boom and bust. These guys are really sort of, spread out around the place. And they're still doing research on the red goshawks. And we're finding out a lot of new stuff, rather than them just being what we assumed. And when I say we, humans, researchers assume to just be more of a tropical species. They're going out into some more central areas of Australia, out towards into the Channel Country and the dry desert region. So pretty interesting stuff, traveling over 700 and something Ks. I'll get some little data up for you guys to back that up. Now, the red goshawk, I'm super stoked to go and see. I was reminiscing about going to Litchfield and seeing them just the other day, and I was like, well, I've heard they're up here. It's in the Lower Cape York Peninsula region. I asked some people, they gave me some ideas of locations to go checking out, potentially go and see them. And so now I'm on a trip to go and see them on a long weekend. So going up today, I'm going to spend the night. Hopefully it's not going to be too hot. And then I'll come back tomorrow. So a real quick one. I'm really not going to see a whole heap, I don't think. I'm not going to see as much as I would like to. I'm probably going to miss out on a lot of stuff. But for the most part, it's going to be a wicked little taster of what to see and do up in this sort of Lower Cape York region. I'm not going real deep in there, but I'm going to try and see the red goshawk, and I'm going to see what's around the lower parts. And even if I don't see the goshawk, I'm sure I'll see a heap of other raptors, a heap of other birds. Hopefully some reptiles, some big crocs would be nice. And anything really is going to be wicked. I'm really stoked. So cheers for joining this morning for me. Cheers for joining this video. I appreciate it. Without more chatter, let's get into it and see some wicked stuff. Cheers for being here. Rather than sort of northeast, I'm heading out. I've hit Lakeland is what I'm trying to say. Instead of heading out to Cape York, Cape Cooktown, golly me, 70 Cs. Instead of heading out to Cooktown, I'm heading out to the Cape York Way, Weeper, Cohen, Laura, as the signs I'm headed towards. So Cape York Peninsula, I think I'm officially here now, Lower Cape York Peninsula. Lakeland describes itself as the gateway to the Cape York Peninsula. I'm pretty sure I've sort of hit the low range of it now, so pretty stoked. It's it's nice sort of looking country. I think we're still passing through some cattle country, that kind of stuff, but otherwise, it feels official now. So what I've seen so far, a couple other little bird species. I'm like cuckoo shrikes, that kind of thing, black-faced cuckoo shrikes, I reckon they were. Other stuff just flitting by, but raptor-wise, I've since seen whistling kite and a Nanking kestrel, so Australian kestrel is probably a better name for them. So yeah, it's looking pretty good so far, and yeah, that's where I'm at. Alrighty, so out of the car now. I've stopped off on probably about halfway into the turn off to Lakefield National Park. So I'm going to head to the goshawks later this afternoon. I'm going to try and avoid the middle of the day looking for them because I don't think there's going to be much going on there. But otherwise, I wanted to stop here and show you guys something that I've seen before, but otherwise other people might not have. Just the stark difference between this area here on one side of the road, which is just your natural bushland. Well, yeah, the other side is natural bushland as well, but prescribed burns through the area. So you see that stark difference between just, yeah, black, all of the dead leaves starting to drop from the trees, or the dried out leaves. So that's what it usually looks like. But otherwise, I guess there's invasive grasses coming through. They did it in the Northern Territory, particularly for gamba grass. But yeah, look at that. Absolute, just like moonscape almost. It is pretty fresh because you can see over here it's still smouldering away. So hopefully the ground's not got any coals that will burn through my shoes. But look at this, it's still going. Just smouldering away deep in there. And there was a tree down across the road. I can hear, I think you just did as well, some laughing kookaburras. They're probably really enjoying cruising through this area. So a lot of animals probably wouldn't make it out, or they'd, yeah, someone to get across the other side or try and escape. But otherwise it is going to be an absolute, yeah, a great deal for any kookaburras and stuff like that. Predatory birds, I guess, for the most part, going to fly back in and check out all of the little insects cruising around. You can hear cicadas and that kind of thing, and any half-charred animals that are still good to be eaten, they'll probably eat those up as well. So yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. It's pretty, yeah, it's a bit, well, half and half really. You don't like to see area that's absolutely just been burnt through. But I guess little bits like that, like this, is better than a whole bushfire coming through, like what did on Kangaroo Island 2 years ago, and through the eastern states as well, New South Wales and that kind of stuff. So yeah, little areas like that, it slows fires down. It makes it far easier to combat them when they do come through. Alrighty, so I just pulled over at this little creek. There is a heap going on. I want to get some sort of closest footage. Not sure how the GoPro is going to go. I'm going to have to get some phone footage through binoculars, I reckon. But otherwise, I drove down this little hill. There's a little bit of water there. There was at least an adult and a juvenile wedge-tailed eagle. You can tell the difference because if you do see them in the wild, the juvenile is a real golden brown coloration. And then they progressively get darker and darker as they age, and then you've got your really dark adults, almost black, and that's the adults. Well, if they're around younger ones, they'll be the parents. Alrighty, so I didn't show you. They were down on the ground because there was a dead magpie goose, which is, yeah, probably why they were all congregated around that little water hole for the water, and then for the magpie goose as well, because I wondered why the kites were down on the ground. But the rangers just come and said hi. Apparently the park is closed. So yeah, even though the road's open, the park's closed. They said I'm still allowed to pass through, like I can take my time and enjoy myself, because I'm obviously not doing the wrong thing. So I'm out birding, and we're just, yeah, not hunting or anything like that, or being doing the wrong thing. But otherwise, yeah, there you go. So what's that added to the tally? Wedge-tailed eagle, which is quite cool. While I've got you here, I saw brolga and sarus crane together, which was wicked. I pulled over because just nice to have a look at those kind of birds. And yeah, the brolga, I'll get the photos up, brolga and sarus crane. But yeah, the main difference is just the sarus crane's got that all extra red, so they look very, very similar to each other. The red of the head just extends down the neck on the sarus crane, and on the brolga it doesn't. So 2 crane species in Australia, and yeah, they were hanging out together. It was 2 sarus crane, 3 brolga, which was sweet. So yeah, don't mind that. It's a bit of a warm one, but it is beautiful. Oh yes, look at that. I was trying to get some footage of an agile wallaby, but that can wait. Yellow spotted monitor. Oh yeah. A yellow spotted monitor, Argus monitor, floodplain monitor. One of the most formidable monitors in Australia. He's not as big as a Lacey, and he's bigger than a sand monitor, which I saw before, but these guys will often tripod. I don't want to get him heaps angry, because if he wanted to, he could really mess me up, and I am nowhere near as fast as this guy. But I reckon he's just going to take off. Look at that, he could, there's some agiles getting around, but I really don't care if I see agile wallabies right now. Look at that. Yes, floodplain monitor. Oh, absolute stauncher. Beautiful animal. Absolutely beautiful. I'm so glad I stopped here. There, oh, you're all right, buddy. There you go, we'll let him just do his own thing, cruise off into the bushes. Excellent. Massive, massive animal. Beautiful, beautiful creature. That is incredible. I've seen one once before at Fog Dam in the Northern Territory. This is the first one here. Oh, so good. He's just going to chill out in the shade. There you go. Yeah. Not a day to go for a run, is it, mate? It's a bit too warm. We'll let him cruise off into the shade, enjoy himself. Woo! That is awesome. Here, the habitat types have just changed incredibly. It's been amazing to see, going through, like, yeah, just the floodplains, your savanna country, and even like the woodlands and savannas, but with different dominant tree species, has been wicked. Like whatever the white trunks, I don't know, yeah, the difference between, like, my mind wants to go to like ghost gum or coolabah, something like that. It's just a white smooth tree trunk with like big sort of limish green leaves. Anyway, this is knifed or niffed plain. These are incredible. Your magnetic termite mounds. So you can tell they're magnetic. If we look here at my compass, you guys can see that. See where the north-south reading is? And all of these are facing at a north-south. Yeah, I don't know what the word is. They're all facing north to south. They're all built north to south. They're all at that angle. One side facing north, one side facing south. So incredible. These magnetic termite mounds. I've seen a few of the other ones, like you're just real big. bulky ones. I'm not sure if they're exactly the cathedral. I know there is cathedral termite mounds. I'm not sure if there's just the 2 varieties or there's multiple. But otherwise, what we're looking at here, rather than those big, huge, bulky ones, they're all facing. Hopefully you can pick it up on the GoPro. I might just get out at some of these. Wicked, wicked country. And we'll just get out. There's no one else around because the park's closed apparently. But this is what I was hoping for as well. In my last video I said like I wanted either the blue skies and the red soil or just that thick cloud. It looks like some areas are getting dumped on already with some rain. But just that thick cloud, it's doing it to a little extent, but just the contrast between the darker and lighter clouds, you're seeing so much depth and yeah, just fullness with the clouds. I can't really describe it. And especially over this beautiful floodplain country with those termite mounds. It is absolutely incredible. And there's me and no one else. It's wicked. It is truly, truly spectacular. When you're out here by yourself, get out and try and do some stuff. Whether you bring someone along, bring your friends, your family, yeah, partners or anything like that. Just go by yourself if you have to. There are some wicked species cruising around. Looks like there's a harrier out there actually. I'm gonna go get my binoculars because I'm missing a harrier from a species of harrier I haven't seen yet. Is your spotted harrier. Alright, so just a swamp harrier that I've seen before, but not just a swamp harrier. Swamp harriers are still good. I don't see harriers too often, but I'm chasing spotted harrier and leatherwing kite as my remaining 2 birds of prey that I've not seen yet. So yeah, if I get to see a spotted, it's going to be a bit easier than going out to central Queensland or areas looking for the leatherwings. Yeah, got to jump at those chances. So yeah, as I was saying, just try and get out there, guys. I know it's hard in some respects. You know, don't do it to the extent that you, yeah, or if you want to, basically do whatever you want as long as it's not hurting anyone. If I was down in South Australia, I've just looked, and when I used to live around Adelaide, Port Augusta was ages away. There's an arid zone botanic gardens there that I'd never been to. It's 4 hours away. Now, I'd always think, oh, that's a long trek just to go see that or go on and explore. Whereas today I've just dropped everything. I've got a long weekend, so I'm not going to be absolutely pumping myself and then going straight back to work. But I'm driving 4.5, 5 hours just to go looking for a red goshawk and seeing this beautiful country. Like, if you've got the time, if you've got the ability, you've got the spare money as well. Like, I'm gonna have to pay a bit in fuel to get up here and back. But otherwise, do something crazy, do something fun. Like, I think we all get in ruts so quickly and so easily that yeah, you just don't. Things become a bit too hard. You're in your little area, you're in your little shell, and it's just commuting to work or whatever. And then anything over like half an hour drive, even that for some people, is just spectacularly long. A really long period of time. There's a wedgie coming up here. I'll get some footage for you. It's not a wedgie, it's a white belly. Holy dooly. I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna try and get some footage for this. Another species to add to the list for today. I am seeing raptors for days. So I'll try and get a bit closer. It's getting chased by something. Looks like a couple of kites, probably blacks. Here we go. But that's a white belly. You can tell, I'm not going to be able to get any phone footage, but you can tell by the way it's holding its wings. There are a couple of whistling kites. Hopefully you're getting the colours on that animal. I'll try and zoom in a bit. But oh, the way it holds its wings, more of an upright curving of the wings. I don't think it's going to come back over. It's just been chased off by the whistlers out over this way. And I hope you can hear the brolga going off, or they're the cranes, I don't know. I have to get a closer look at them. As I was just saying it as well, do something crazy. Do something crazy, guys. Get out there. You got a weekend. Go a bit further. Don't just go, oh, it's a bit too far. I'm not going to do anything. I can't stress enough. Traveling up to the Northern Territory and then traveling out here. It's it's a long drive. It's tiring, but man, do you see some wicked stuff. I'm now witnessing a mating display or a courtship display with 2 brolga or Saris crane. You can see them. Hopefully that's going to zoom in well enough to see them. They were just jumping around. Mate, whistling kite, chasing white-bellied seagulls, out in this floodplain country, two brolgers having a courtship mating display. Like, you're not going to see that every day. I'm not going to see that every day, especially if you're in your sort of your more city regions, like Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, that kind of stuff, or even outside of Australia. But come on, you got to live. Everyone's got responsibilities. No one has the same 24 hours in their day. I fully understand that. Oh, that is a big thunder rumble. There's a huge wall of rain coming in over here, here, here. Hopefully, I'm gonna have to get somewhere where it doesn't, get flash flooded or something. But yeah, not everyone has the same 24 hours in their day. I fully understand that. And the people who say everyone's got the same 24 hours, no, you don't. Some of the people are single parents. Some people have got all this other stuff going on that you need to put time into before you can put time for yourself sometimes, which is really, it's sad if you don't get to put enough time into yourself. But yeah, go out, explore, live, love what you do. Do something. If you've got a job that you don't like, try and do something wicked on the weekends. Get out there, do stuff that you love, because it's too easy to just sit down, do nothing. And it wasn't my teacher, it was a year 6-7 teacher. When I was in year 6-7 at the primary school I went to, Mr. Malley. What am I saying? Do what you love and you never work a day in your life. That's the wrong quote. That's the one that comes straight to mind. But we're not doing work here. Hardest part about anything, about any bike ride, walk, trip, trek, whatever, the hardest part of it is getting out the front door. And isn't it just? The hardest part is just getting out that front door, and once you're out that front door, it's so much easier. It's not the hill climbs, it's not the long hours, it's not the sleepless nights if you're out camping. It's the hardest part is just getting out and doing it. But when you're out here, mate, isn't it beautiful? So yeah, get out. I wasn't going to ever go to the Botanic Gardens. Hopefully one day I get to the Arid Zone Botanic Gardens, but it always seemed too far. And now I've travelled way further than the Botanic Gardens would have been between Adelaide and Port Augusta. And I'm seeing some wicked stuff. Sometimes that wall is your front door, and then the time it takes to get out there. But if you got the time, if you can put your responsibilities on hold, try and do it, because we'll all end up in the same place one day. You don't get to take any material possessions. Hell, yeah, when you go, you don't even get your memories. Everything sort of disappears. But well, it depends on what you believe in and what you think. But otherwise, yeah, live, enjoy yourself, because mental health and yeah, and just the mind is everything. It can make you or it can break you. So I've been ranting for almost 7 minutes now, but that's just what I'm passionate about. And I think this is going to be a wicked video. This is a wicked little segment, because it's not just, hey, look at this, hey, look at this. I like looking and showing people stuff, but this is just straight out from the heart. I'm passionate about this. I'm passionate about what I do at work and life, and I want to try and spread that. I really do, because yeah, I see it with my family, other friends, that kind of stuff. People just get locked into that blueprint of life, that what you're supposed to do. But if it's not what you want to do, then what life are you actually living? Anyway, I'll chat about this another time as well. I don't want to make a whole video just about me talking about life. Put a seatbelt on so I live a little bit longer. And yeah, cheers guys. We'll continue on. We've still got a red goshawk to see as well. Could the day get any better, really? Hopefully it does.